So it started about a year and a half ago. I was dealing with some cold symptoms. Turns out it wasn't a cold. Referred to CAR-T, figure out that it is stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma. And then I began my journey of 7 months of infusions and chemotherapy for Hodgkin's lymphoma.
I was diagnosed with triple-negative breast cancer in January of 2019. At the time, I was 27 weeks pregnant and I had found a lump. At the time, my husband was going through treatment for stage 3 lymphoma. And so it was a particularly trying time in our lives.
Christmas Eve last year, I found a lump in my left breast. And it was a pretty good sized lump. So I had a follow-up appointment with Dr. Nair, fortunately, a couple of days later, and I went to see him. And he decided to send me to Little Rock right away to get a mammogram and to get a biopsy.
I think the interconnectivity of CAR-T is such a huge thing. When I got the call from Destiny going over my genetic results, one of the first things she said was, "I've already discussed this with Dr. Burton, so here's a potential plan." That immediately gave me a wave of relief and reassurance.
And so within just a few days, I was able to get in and see Dr. McCool. And from the first time I met him, the way that he treated me was not in the way that anyone else had previously, because I felt like he truly treated me. He wasn't treating cancer.
Dr. Nair is my oncologist, and he talks to the other people who are involved in my treatment on all levels, whether it's Dr. Robertson, who's my breast doctor, or Dr. Cameron, who does the radiology, or the nurses who do the chemo. He just talks to everybody.
But to have people care for your kid and treat your kid, even though she's an adult, treat your kid with care and love. You just can't put a price tag on it. You can't put a descriptor on it. All you can say is thank you.
Evelyn was born healthy at 37 weeks. She weighed over 8 pounds. She's 3 years old now and is strong and healthy and extremely intense and extremely opinionated and very, very, very strong. And when I see Dr. McCool today, he still always says, "How's our girl?" Every time. Because he was and is, he was truly invested in treating both of us, and it showed in everything that he did, and it still shows now at over 3 years later.
And in the fall, I will be headed back up to New York City to pursue computer science and enjoy the rest of my life in the Big Apple, pursuing theater and enjoying my life and maybe even creating a few games of my own.
I couldn't have asked for better care. And I'm gonna beat this. And when I do, I'm gonna be one of those pink ladies who comes around and holds people's hands and talks to them and tells them about the funding that's available, letting them know that there's gas cards and that worrying about financial stuff shouldn't be your number one priority. Getting yourself well and living through this. That's what's important.